welcome along and welcome back to Holmåkra. Today we are going to start off by getting our truck repaired, which is why we're down here at the sawmill. It's going to cost us, actually not too bad, 2,108. There's no repair store on the logger. So yeah, we'll repair our truck to get started, and then we're going to be heading off back up to back up the mountain and getting ourselves sorted up there. We still want to go and get a load of stuff cut. I'm going to need to get a whole load of, let's get the lights on, there we go. We're going to need to get a whole load of stump grinding done first. So we're going to take our little Fiat and take that up the top and get that done, and then we'll see where we are from there. We're pretty good as far as the bank goes. 32,904 in the bank. So I'm expecting us to make some fairly good progress in here. And of course, we're now building money up in order to buy our new area in Silver Run Forest. And move on from there. In a few weeks' time, we are only we're only about 5-ish weeks away from that. So yeah, looking forward to that, and it's all about how much we can earn to take over to there. Now, I left my tractor down here. In fact, yeah, I moved it down here and got ready to attach our stump grinder to the front. So this is looking like a very interesting setup we've got on here now. So much attached to this tractor, it's a little bit ridiculous. I've actually got a bit on the front here that controls, I've just seen that. We've got that controls that to grind the stumps, and then that must do work on the field. So yeah, we'll keep that up high. We've got our stump grinder bit there. It is lifted, so let's get this up the mountain. Our Swiss Army tractor, pretty much, with an awful lot of stuff attached to it. At some point, I'm gonna want to get the rest of this road marked out that we've got up here, because at the moment I do get a little bit lost. It's easier coming up the mountain than down it to see where I should be going, but it's still a little bit confusing at times. We can get up here fairly easily though, and as we come up to the top, you can see the trailer we left here last time after we got that sudden great demand that ended up being really useful. Turn this on, and we don't need to lower it to do stump grinding with it. It just works. Gonna get some lights on up here. The biggest trouble we have with our mountain is that this is a north-facing slope. So what we end up with is very dark for most of the day, especially at this time of year. So it can take quite a bit to get the sunlight up. And yeah, as I said, especially at this time of year, we are a little bit in trouble as far as getting a lot of light onto our equipment. There was a suggestion in the comments last time that I grab a tractor with some tracks on it, and I actually think that's a really good idea. I don't think there's a tracked version that we can get of this. We will just check it though. So we've got, is it in here? Or is it in the next category up? Actually, it's the next category up. This is a medium tractor. So let's just pull across here. So there we are. What are our options? I don't think we have. There are so many wheel options on this tractor. It's ridiculous. But I think, yeah, nothing in there. Nothing in the Michelins either. Nothing in the Continentals. No. Nothing in the Midas. It's a pity. It being a forestry tractor, it would be great if there was an option for it. to have the to have tracks. There are so many different options here. I think I went round sort of 3 times then. Nope. Notkins aren't going to either. And yeah, back to Trello books. So unfortunately not. I don't think if we change it to the Forestry configuration, it's going to change things. Yeah, Forestry doesn't give us any extra options. No. So yeah, unfortunate that that's not possible. I mean, the Vultra here, that would be great in a Forestry setup. I don't think that has that kind of tire either. So I think going forwards, especially if we end up on a more hilly, on a similarly hilly setup with Silver Run, we're probably going to want to look for something a bit more tracked or a bit more setup, or even possibly upgrading to a full forestry harvester if we can afford it. Maybe going the whole route of leasing stuff until we can afford to buy it. All in all, though, this is still working out really well. I'm very happy that we got this tractor. It was inexpensive, and it does the job rather nicely. We do have actually a fair few logs still left up here, so we're going to get those loaded up, and we're going to have to get our truck back up here. I want to be careful. I don't want to take anything off that log. But yeah, we left a lot of tree stumps last time, and they very much have been getting in our way. So just clearing these out before we go any further is going to make our lives a lot easier. And yeah, this bit of kit is absolutely perfect for that. Right, so we'll pop up here into this flatter area. We'll drop that off the front. So let's lower it down, as we don't need it all the time. And then yeah, we'll go and get our truck, and we'll try and get it parked so that we can easily load up. And yeah, we're gonna head over into this area over here where it's a bit flatter and should be easier for us to load. So bring the truck up, and we want to get that connected up to the back of our trailer. Somebody was saying I should put the truck nose down the mountain, and I agree with this. I think based on the problems we had loading logs last time and the fact they started slipping out the back of the trailer, what I'd really like them to do is slide towards the front, towards the panels that we've got, that allow them to very easily fall into place. So we'll bring it up and around this tree here, and then I'm going to park nose down the mountain. That way we know that loading up should be a little bit easier. Oh, let's turn the lights off on that as well. Perfect. Right, so what we need to do now is as we were doing last time, get the rest of these logs uploaded, and then we've got probably another 6 or so trees we can take here easily and move into getting them down to our sawmill. The more we continue this series, the better my forestry skills are getting. It's interesting. I'm now picking up multiple logs every time, scooping them up, getting them into the log grab like this, and halving the amount of work I'm doing. It's crazy. It's just gone in the last couple of weeks, especially since we've got this Ponzi on the back. It has made a massive difference to how I'm loading logs onto this. Now that has not gone as I had hoped, so I'm gonna need to try and, can I get, oh no, we'll do it at the top. But yeah, the whole thing is working out better than I would have hoped, and I feel like going into a dedicated or a mostly dedicated map, base game map that is forestry. I feel a lot more confident doing it, and a lot happier doing it with smaller equipment. it's going to be one of those things where it'll play to our strengths rather nicely. The question I've got for you guys is, should we take our equipment with us to Silver Run, or should we sell everything up and go from there? I'm quite happy to take most of this equipment. I'm thinking that we do want to explore some of the equipment on Silver Run, and some of the new stuff that comes in the Platinum expansion when it comes out. But at the same time, we've got a pretty good setup here to get us started, and I'm quite happy with it. As I said a minute ago, I would quite like to get a tracked tractor to be doing this kind of work with, but I'm not adverse to continuing with what we've got and just shifting it over to the new map. Where are we? There we go. I am really happy. My loading of logs has come a long way. And actually, I did have a couple of people say, oh, the log physics is still awful in FarmSim. It really isn't. I am handling logs, or I'm finding logs a lot easier to handle in FS22 than in any previous version of the game. I think if you have them stacked properly, and like we've had with our harvester that we've got on the back here, it does make it infinitely easier. Now, obviously, I am mishandling these a little bit at the moment, and I realize the irony of that, just as saying, oh, logs are easier to handle. But that's me not being great at handling logs, not the game being bad at handling logs. We've got a couple of last few logs that can be picked up by hand, all under 100 kilograms, which is sort of the limit for that. I can't pick up the end of that. I think that's why I put that in that way around. And then I saw a couple down here that we drove on. You are 71, so yeah, you'll go in rather nicely. Whoa. Turn it around. A stick. Right, and up. Yeah, there we go. Place that in there. We've got one sticking. Oh, we haven't got one sticking. I thought we had one sticking quite a way out the back. And yeah, I did see one more over here. There we go. Grab this one as well. Okay. Can jump on here fairly easily. Yeah, like that. Into there. There we go. Looking good. Right, we're about half full. Therefore, we need to now get our forestry harvester unfolded. Let's see if we can get control of that. Is that not connected? Sometimes you have to disconnect and reconnect stuff. And right. So that there. Okay, we need to unfold it. I can't remember what the command for it. It doesn't go on my setup. There we go. Right, turn it on, pull it up, and push it out. Now that just moves my camera around. Interesting. Oh yeah, I had to do some of the commands with it with my mouse because it just wouldn't work if I was doing it with my keyboard. There we go, and down, or with my side panel. In and down. There we go. Perfect. Saying there we go a lot because I'm trying to fill space while I'm inadequately using the forest harvester. And cut. I'm hoping we've still got our 5-meter cut length. Fantastic. Right. So let's bring that up. Turn it around this side. And that's heading towards my tractor. So, right, and cut. There we go. And cut. I'm not 100% sure what the button is on my side panel. I'm going to have to go and have a look through the forestry harvester controls on the control panel, I think. Because... oh, wow. We need to turn that around slightly. There we go. Because at the moment it's not fully controlling them. There we are. Right, and then we want to fold this whole thing back up, and then I'm going to switch back over to there, open up my log grabs, and yeah, we'll get these loaded up and out the way, and that way it's not getting in the way of us doing more stuff. How many can I get in one grab? Looks like it's just going to be the 2, and hopefully they're going to hold. Yeah, we seem to be able to get a maximum of 2 in these claws in this log grab, and even then it's a little bit tenuous with some of these, especially if you don't get it right in the middle of the log. You can end up having a bit of a scary time getting them into the trailer, but all in all, I'm quite happy with that. That needs to go. Oh, lost the front one, thankfully, into the trailer, but yeah. I really want to try this with a larger log grab now. I think a wheel loader is something I want to have a go with, collecting logs up. So I think eventually we're probably going to get these jobs off just a single tractor. So we'll get a log grab on a wheel loader. We'll get a full proper Ponzi harvester, or harvester of some description, because of course they're the Komatsus and things as well. And then from there, what we'll be able to do, can I get that front one? I'm gonna actually do it that way, and that way we should get all 3. Perfect. Yeah, and we'll check out the harvesters and things and see which way to go with all of these. But all in all, I think our forestry skills and our forestry setup is only going to improve going forwards. I do really like this TLX though. It's going to be tough because I'm going to want to try out the Volvo trucks that are going to come in the DLC and the expansion. But yeah, I really do like this TLX truck setup we've got on here now. It just works really well for us. Last one. We'll get this into the trailer, and I think we'll fit one more tree in this. So to do that, we've unfolded. We'll turn on the harvester. Oh no, I got the wrong thing selected. Right, we'll turn on the harvester. We'll bring this out, and I might try and take a couple of trees from here if I can. Forward, back, around, forward. There we go. Take it down slightly and cut. Right. Lift. I want to take you away from my tractor, ideally. Yeah. Can we get... Yep. There we go. Away from the tractor. Ish. Actually, if I take it around the other side, I'm definitely away from my tractor. Yeah, that works better. The last thing I want to do is end up with tree stuck in the tractor again. Lift up so we get a bit of height and cut. Like that. Yeah, this works so well, this setup. And just makes everything easier for it. Those last little ones you got to watch. That point at which everything can move. But I think that's worked this time. So let's close it all up again. Switch over to the front loader and spin around and get this one loaded up. And I think this is going to be our final tree to go in the front trailer here, or the front of our truck, and then the next ones will go into the back. And I have actually got quite a large number of logs on this one. We had help because we had it against a tree, so it worked out fairly well for it. That over the top of the trailer. Check that we are going to be in the right place. Oh, no. I want to be there to drop it. Oh, it's gone in. Yes. And then the other two. And the little bit. That's just going to lay across the top. But that is all onto our trailer. This is going to load up really, really quickly, this tree, because we've been able to get it in a position where it can load up really, really quickly. Namely, against this tree here. So, take these down, get that under there, close it up. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. That is only 2 trips to load up that entire tree. So I think we could possibly fit one more log in here, but as we're trying to load multiple at a time, what I'm going to do is just strap this front one down. That will do, and yeah, and then we'll move on to getting more into the back. So time to go find myself another, well, fairly large tree. I think they're all pretty big. Oh, this one's a dead one. That's why it's so thin. Yeah, I think we want to plonk ourselves in the middle of here and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Really looking forward to being able to mark trees. That is going to make a big difference to keeping track of exactly what I'm planning to cut. So, yeah, as I said, we'll park tractor here. Get it out. And we should be able to reach all the trees from here. Right. Front down. Lift us off the ground a little bit so that we're well planted. And switch over to the back. Right. Let's see if we can reach this tree in the corner. Turn that on. In, out. Oh, this has got some serious reach on it. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we'll cut these and we'll make some stacks, and then we'll go and get them loaded. I'm going to play around with the camera angles a little bit and just seeing if I can see if I can do it from this angle. Right, so there and up. That is quite cool. I do quite like that, although I'm gonna have to go the other way because I'm kind of out of space that way. Lift it up a bit. Might actually be easier to work this way. We'll cut that there. Yeah, and make a nice little pile over that way. That does work. That does work quite well and gives me a really, really clear view of where everything is. And that is 4 trees done. Wow. Okay. Let's fold this back up like so. Switch over to this camera view. And yeah, we now have 4 piles of logs to get picked up and loaded into the trailer. And we've very easily cleared things. I said it last time, I'll say it again this time. This wood harvester, this is making a massive, massive difference. It really does change everything. Now this is an interesting bit. I am trying to get 2 logs that have fallen across another pile up, and I've actually managed to do it. I have never had forestry work this well in FarmSim. The last 2 videos we've had on here has just been absolutely brilliant. It's all worked. We've not had anything just sort of flying off in random directions. It's stacked well in the trailers. It's just been fantastic to work with. And yes, our trailers have moved about a bit, but that's because we've bashed them a bit with our tractor, and not because they've been moving on their own. It is just, yeah, it's just been an absolute joy to do forestry, which really bodes well going into Silver on Forest next month. Just the amount of fun doing forestry in FarmSim is gonna be with a whole load of forestry focused stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an absolute blast. And this series is definitely getting us ready for it. Making sure that my forestry skills are tip-top and perfectly set up to go forwards. Let's open that up and in. And yeah, I'm looking forwards to trying it out and giving it a go and seeing how we can build up on there. We of course do have a mass of rain, October rain coming in, but that's okay. We are unaffected by it up here on the mountain. The only thing we kind of dread up here is snow. And that is only because it makes everything makes moving everything about so much harder. That front log is not staying on this grab unless I'm very, very careful. But I think that will fall off before we get to the trailer. Partly because it's already threatening it. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. We managed to nurse it all the way there. No annoying pickups. Something I didn't realize is where we're working at the moment is actually quite close to the edge of our area. I mean, you can see we're very, very near to it. So that means that we actually can't really go much further this way. We're gonna have to come back and go and cut some stuff the other way. We are getting to the point where, yeah, we've come up here to the flatter area to cut here, but we're going to have to do some stuff on the slope, and we cannot do stuff on the slope with this tractor. I don't want to really risk spending a load of money this close to moving. So we might have to try and see if we can achieve what we want with the remaining flat areas here. But that is looking like a pretty full trailer. We've got one last log to get. So we're going to grab that. And as the time is getting on, yeah, we need to head down to the sawmill and get this all dropped off. All in all, though, that's a pretty successful day. Yes, we're a little ahead because we had some wood left over from last time. Oh, come on, get under there, skids. There we go. And, yeah. With that left over from last time, we have managed to fill up both trailers this time. So a large amount of wood going down to our sawmill, which is great. And we'll be able to continue on. Can we get this above? Yes, we can. That is a nicely full trailer. You might get one more tree on there, but I wouldn't really want to risk it too much. So we'll park this up here. We've got everything we need with the Fiat. That can stay here. This, though, we need to lock that down. This needs to... Oh, wow. That is going to be trouble. You know what? I'm going to cut the bottom of that off. Oh, I sold my chainsaw. Never mind. That'll be fine. It's not touching the wheel. It's being kept well away from the wheel. Nothing up there. Right. Let's take this lot and get it down to the sawmill. And we're going to end back where we started, down at the sawmill. Just, yeah, I'm glad I haven't got these trailers any fuller than they are because, wow, we are so top heavy. That was a little bit hair raising. Right. First lot out. Perfect. And then bring the second lot in. And then the second lot out. I think it must have taken a load off that second lot. How full are we now? We've got 45,000 litres of wood in here. I've got 20,000 litres of wood chips. So I think we're probably going to end up doing a wood chip run. I don't know how much our wood chip containers take. Let's have a quick look here. So, yeah, we're not using auto load. We have 21,000. Okay, so we've only got one wood chip container's worth. So that's fine. I think this is probably the best place for us to leave this today, though. Although, I need to get some fuel. Can I get fuel from this Bowser over here? Doesn't look like it. Give it a try, though. Yes, we can. Perfect. So, yeah, that's going to cost us a little bit to refuel. So, while that's doing that, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.